And welcome everyone on to another edition of Hardcore Wrestling Rants. We apologize earlier for today because due to some fucked up technical difficulties with my streaming service, I do apologize. But guess what? I can make up for it. We have the lovely, the very sexy, the vicious vixen Zoe Nightsage. Zoe, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been dying to hear that for so long.
Well, we know that you've been out, you've been training, so tell us all about it.
Okay, so it is a new promotion. I'm working traditional Southern wrestling, but there is a new promotion that has welcomed me in with open arms. It's just getting started. It's KBW. It is in Manchester, and we have a permanent building.
Wow, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm really happy for you guys, and I'm looking forward to this promotion. So, but Lance, we have Lance Moss, of course, from Lance Moss TV. Lance, what's shaking?
Not too much. I wasn't sure we're going to be able to do this damn thing tonight.
Yeah, I was like, once I got this thing, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. We got an hour before Dynamite, a little bit less than an hour. So we're going to just get going and see how we do. All right. Well, we all know that in 2024 there's going to be a lot of contracts that have to be signed and renewed. We know Drew McIntyre's been having his issues, but a few other people that haven't signed. Over in AEW, Dustin Rhodes, he hasn't signed, but he also talked about the possibility of retirement. So he might sign on, but do other things. I think he's done with the ring guys, if you ask me. That's just my opinion. And then over WWE, both Seth Rollins and the man Becky Lynch have yet to sign. But I'm going to ask you, Zoe, that sounds to me like it's just a matter of time.
I think that it's just a matter of time that they haven't re-signed already. As far as Dustin Rhodes goes, you know that he is never getting out of the wrestling business. That's his namesake and everything. So I can see him re-signing with AEW, but more as a backstage kind of guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Lance, your thoughts?
Well, I've heard a lot of times Dustin wants his final match to be against Cody. Well, I think one way or the other, they're going to make that happen. But whether that's he signs a short-term deal in the E or something, but that's going to happen. But
well, they've already had so many matches, so it's not like it's not like a dream match that's never happened.
But the quality of those matches, how he wants to go out, it's kind of one of those type deals. I mean, he don't want to go out like Flair. Oh, wait, did I say that? Yes, I did. But with Becky Lynch and Seth, whether this whole thing with Punk's will work or not, I've heard some things that he wants to go where Punk can't go. So he might leave.
I find that hard to believe. Seth Rollins right now, he's the current WWE champion. And this whole feud thing, he may have had issues with it in the past, but, if he still had current issues, I don't think those two would have any kind of would talk at all, especially on an open mic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you, Zoe, about that. I think it's a work.
Oh, I think that's definitely a work. I mean, if Seth really was as pissed off as he's leading us to believe, those two wouldn't be able to be in the same zip code as each other without trying to kill each other.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well put the Young Bucks in there with them. All right.
Let's keep the chairs out.
Last week on SmackDown, Charlotte Flair apparently tweaked her knee really bad. It's not really sure exactly what happened, but she obviously has been pulled from the road for the foreseeable future. Right now, again, how long she's got to be out of action, guys, we don't know. Zoe, I'm going to throw this to you. Injuries are a rough deal. They can be something where they need a couple of weeks. Sometimes they might need surgery, and it goes even longer. Excuse me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, you didn't hear what I said.
Sorry. Okay. So as far as injuries goes, yes, it's a contact sport. It's out. Um, and there is potential very much of injuries. Now, some of these injuries can be a little bit nothing where they got to just let it rest for a couple of weeks and they're good to go. Other surgery would have to help. And unfortunately, other injuries would lead to permanently being on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Lance, your thoughts?
Well, if they're pulling her from the limited amount of house shows they're actually running now, and from tapings and everything, this sounds like it's serious. So she might miss Rumble, or she might be missing Mania.
And you know what? And that's a very good point. If she needs surgery, she's going to be out for several months, and that means no Rumble and no Mania. And those are like, the two biggest pay-per-views of all time for the most part. I mean, we know that we do have SummerSlam, but to miss a WrestleMania, go ahead.
That means no more money for Andrade for a little while.
Moving on. Apparently, the Hardys recently expressed their frustration within the AEW creative. The Hardy Boys have not been used as much over the past few months, and Hardy even said on his podcast that he is just pretty much fed up. Lance, right now AEW is filling up. The roster is getting larger, and they are focusing right now. They got the Continental tournament going around for both, for all the shows. So they're pretty much soaking up a lot of the TV time. So, what's your thoughts?
I mean, that's true, boss. But also, this goes back 3-4 months also, and when they have been on TV, they've been jobbing. So I understand why they'd be pissed.
Well, you know what, Zoe? Let me throw this one at you. Hardys, legendary wrestlers. They've done it all. They've gotten titles pretty much almost everywhere they went. They're coming down towards the end of the career. You would think they would be the one who'd want to pass the torch, but it doesn't seem like they're ready for that yet.
I know it doesn't seem like they're ready for it yet, but I mean, look at everything that they have put their bodies through, even before they came to WWE. I mean, at some point, they need to sit down and just realize, hey, this is the end of the road. We have got a fresh batch of people back here that we can pass the torch to. We can train them. We can get them ready to be at their fullest level of potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as much as I love the Hardys, there are plenty of other tag team wrestlers, fresher tag team wrestlers, that can do pretty much what they were doing. And, it's just a shame, but I guess that's the reality of the business.
Well,
all right.
I mean,
go ahead.
Like that different ways. You know what I mean? There's a lot. Whenever you've done it as long as they have, I'm sure that they're just going through a state of denial right now.
And that could be it too. Yeah. And Lance, can you message Joe and just tell him to join Skype? Sorry about that, guys. We're still bringing in people here. This is, like as I said, an impromptu show.
Lord, he is going to freak the hell out whenever he sees my name.
So, all right. Moving on. Lex King has been making waves at NXT. Now, for those of you who do not know who Lex King is, he was also known as Brian Pillman Jr. Over in AEW, and he really kind of got the shaft over in that company. I really thought they dropped the ball because they could have done so much with this guy, and he's so talented. And now that he's joined NXT under the name Lex King, he is really making waves. Shawn Michaels says, has said nothing but great things about him. However, even fans are really getting over him, but they're calling themselves, I'm sure you're ready for this one, Zoe, registered Lex offenders. Now, while he said he appreciated the fans' creativity, he kind of wished they would try something a little bit different because a registered Lex offender, Lance, that's not something you want to tag yourself with.
Damn.
Oh, good God.
Damn.
Yeah, pretty much. But okay, we can get past that little weird, subject where Shawn Michaels was also praising Lex King, aka Brian Pillman Jr.
I mean, hell, a better name, and this ain't much better, but a better name would be calling himself the Lex Express.
No, I think not. Lex Express.
I mean, it's better than what they were calling it. He wanted them to call him, but
no, the fans were calling them registered Lex offenders. In other words, I'm a fan of Lex King, so that's where the joke was. I was talking more as far as his in-ring skills as opposed to.
Yeah.
So. Now, did you guys catch Dynamite last week?
I did. I had to rewatch it, actually. I had to record it. I was doing a whole lot of Christmas shopping.
Well, we know that Adam Copeland lost her Christian last week on Dynamite. And then, of course, with the help of Nick Wayne's mother. Now, I saw her come walk into the ring, and I'm like, oh, God, she's going to turn.
And damn if she did.
She did, but it looked like she was almost like, not sure what she wanted to do. So I'm guessing by this episode of Dynamite, we're going to see her full heel. But you know what, Lance? I don't care. I don't mind because it means we get to see her more often.
Hell yeah.
So.
There are 4 letters that come to mind. And that word is MILF.
Zoe, you're a bona fide MILF yourself. Your thoughts on that whole segment?
I am. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love the segment. I mean, she played off the, do I do it? Do I not do it? Who do I hit? Who do I not hit? She played that off perfectly. It took me by surprise if that says anything. I thought for sure she was going to kick Christian's ass, and at the last second, bam.
Yeah, absolutely. That's pretty much what I when she came walking down, I knew something was up. So yeah. I wasn't sure if she was just going to distract him and have Nick come down or Luchasaurus come down, but nope, it was her. It was all her, The MILF took care of it herself, and hopefully that means we'll be seeing her on more and more on Dynamite and AEW as the weeks roll on. Moving forward.
There we go.
Hey, Joe, what's up? You just missed your favorite topic, Nick Wayne's mother.
Damn it.
Well,
I'll bet you the next one it's going to be fucking sucky. It's going to probably involve a Bella or a Banks or some fucking.
It's going to involve a Lashley, but we'll get to that in a second. I'll go back. Did you watch?
Go ahead.
Did you happen to watch Dynamite last week?
Yes, and my favorite move was there.
Yeah, so when Nick Wayne's mother came down and she turned on Christian.
No, she didn't turn on Christian. She turned
on Copeland. Sorry, my bad.
Edge. Yeah, Edge, Copeland, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself today. Yes, I did, and I was extremely happy about it. And her tight outfit made me even more happier.
Well, as I was saying, now that she's probably a heel, I'm guessing that means we will be seeing her on AEW more often, which means the ratings will probably go up.
Oh, absolutely. I can tell you right now, I know I'm going to be watching it more. Hi, Kayla.
Oh, my God.
Finally, the vicious vixen is back.
Okay, we have a couple of people in the chat room. The Reverend Jake Slayer says, "Yo, how you doing, Jake?" And then we have James Kennedy says, "Follow the yellow brick road."
Okay, James Kennedy is actually the guy that I am managing now. His name is Colt Wilds. He is a veteran. He is a trainer. He is absolutely awesome and one of my best and closest friends.
Well, I would welcome to the show. And we
Right on, right on.
well, but we are gonna move on now.
Moving right along.
WWE Fox posted a tweet with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Apparently, there's some kind of a new clan get together, and they labeled them, and I quote, "Dem Boys." Now, for those of you who don't know that term, the Briscoe brothers had used that for decades. And obviously, Mark Briscoe was not happy about the tweet, and he even said, "Take that shit down." Now, I don't know, Lance, does the Briscoes have Dem Boys copyrighted?
I do believe so, but also there was a follow-up from Mark. I was just missing my brother. Y'all calm down, because it was only a few days away from the anniversary of their last match together, and he was just in his feelings. And he don't want nobody losing their job over this shit.
Yeah. Zoe, your thoughts on a WWE on Fox labeling Lashley and the Street Profits Dem Boys?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Honestly, I kind of agree with Briscoe. I'd be pissed off if it was me.
Absolutely. Joe, final thoughts?
It don't matter to me whatsoever. It's just a name. If Briscoe was that upset, maybe he should have had trademarked it.
Well, as I asked Lance before, I think he did trademark it. So.
If he did, they did not. Either it ran out or it's something to the fact, because in order for you to really use a trademark like that, you got to really have it has to be registered enough that people could see it. So I don't know if he did or not, or if he didn't do it or something, or maybe it was just a mistake on WWE's part, or even the talent's part, because there are times talent will say something and really, not think about it. So, and that's really bad when it comes to trademarks,
Yeah. Well, again, it was just a tweet, and it was how they labeled them, and WWE didn't announce them on TV. But I want to go over to James Kennedy, and he wanted to talk about the Devil in the Crew, this new Devil, and some people thought it was MJF, and I'm not really sure, because right now MJF is playing the babyface. Some people say that it's Adam Cole as turning. And other people, honestly, I would not. I mean, it could be Adam Cole, because he still has Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and the two other jerk-offs, who I won't name. So that seems like almost like a fit. Joe, if you could talk, put a gander, who do you think this new Devil is?
I think it's Adam Cole. Let's face it. The scenario with Cole, the storyline's getting. Here's a funny thing: when you look at MJF, you kind of get that feeling sooner or later he's going to backstab somebody, because he's a better heel than he is the baby face. But in this instance, I'm actually thinking that if Adam Cole does make the jump and does this, I could see it really makes MJF look stupid in character. Let me rephrase that, in character, because he's usually the one backstabbing someone. Now somebody backstabbed him. So I think that's kind of an interesting storyline. I really want to see this kind of continue, and maybe start taking it to the next level, where you kind of see like little hints, and MJF is, "Hey, are you doing this?" And him saying, "No, I did not. What are you talking about?" I want to see this take it to the next level. So,
well, right now they are still the Ring of Honor championships, and they also have been. Tony Khan, I think it was earlier this week, talked about possibly wanting to strip those two, because right now they're out of action. Adam Cole is not going to be wrestling for at least another 3 to 5 months because he still has that ankle injury. And then you have MJF who's dealing with his own personal injuries, and he can't cover the title for so long. So I guess the real question I'm going to ask you, Lance, because we kind of cut you off the last conversation. Do you think that Tony Khan should vacate those titles?
Honestly, yes.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, well, one of the partners is out of commission for, like you say, at least another 3 to 5, possibly 6 or more. And this whole thing with MJF having to keep getting different partners to defend them match after match after match, it's kind of bullshit. So, yeah, Tony, vacate them.
All right. And James Kennedy also said that Adam, the Young Bucks have been missing. Yes, they have been missing. There was a report that they are taking time away from the ring. Not a long time, but they will eventually be making their way back. A couple of other things, Now, CM Punk announced that he's going to be on the Raw roster. Whoa, that was a big shocker. I couldn't believe it. He was going to NXT. He was going to SmackDown. I'm like, who the fuck are you kidding, Punk? You're going to fucking Raw? And he's also entered the Royal Rumble.
He has to give the illusion that he's going someplace.
Yeah, well, I'm guessing he's going down on Triple H on a regular basis now that he has a job.
Damn.
But,
Well, hey, either that or they're sharing Stephanie.
No, I don't think Triple H is the type to share.
I did hang around with a buddy that shared Sunny Days.
Oh my god!
I don't think he was sharing. He was taking, but.
In this case, you don't want to share that. You want to give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now you do. You don't want to have to pay for a parole and all of the crap that's going on.
Oh.
All right. There's also right now, Sami Zayn is reported that he's going to be taking some time off, or he requested to take time off. There are unconfirmed reports that Zayn is dealing with a partially torn meniscus. I'm going to start with you, Zoe. Your thoughts on Sami Zayn just taking time off?
I mean, this really could be about an injury. I mean, who are we to say? We're not doctors. But then again, they try to use fake injuries a lot to give people time off. So right now I'm like, okay, is he taking time off to be with his family? Or maybe is he actually hurt and going to have surgery? Who knows?
Yeah, exactly, because it is the holidays. So, Joe, your thoughts?
Well, let's not forget too that Sammy is a Muslim by faith.
Yeah.
So, in this time, he could be taking time off because of the conflict going on in Israel. There's a lot of people that actually took a step back because of that. And I'm not turning this into a political or religious boo-ha-ha. But I'm just saying, yeah, could be one of the reasons as well, because there is people who are very sentimental what's going on. So it could be that, he could be taking time off. Maybe his family it's behind the lines or something.
All right. Lance, final thoughts.
Well, honestly, let's face it. Sammy's one of the biggest names in the company. Over as hell with the fans. Mania season is upon us within 2 months. So they might be playing something big for old Mr. Zayn, and they want to give him round about 2 months off, and we'll see him back in 3, 2, 1. And then he comes back.
I got a quick question I want to throw in.
Sure.
Did Sammy ever have an issue with CM Punk? For that could be maybe he wanted a little bit away from WWE because Punk is back.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think so.
Everybody has an issue with CM Punk. If he was doing that, we wouldn't have WWE.
Yeah. Even James Kennedy says CM Punk won't stay long. Too much in the locker room. Too much heat in the locker room. And he'll eventually leave again. Do I agree with you? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen in a week, a month? No. I think it's going to take a while. Because right now this is a higher paying job, and although he's returned home, which I thought was the biggest bullshit promo I've heard in my entire life, I think he's gonna need he needs a place to stay. When he left the WWE last time, he thought he was gonna be a UFC wrestler. Well, that wasn't too smart, was it?
He got knocked the fuck out
Twice. And then you have he went to AEW. He wasn't happy there. And, so he has, I think right now, he has no choice but to be happy here. I read one report, and I could not stop laughing when I said that CM Punk will eventually take Shawn Michaels' place when he's ready. He's going to be the guy, coaching and working at NXT.
Oh, I thought you meant that he was going to be bald-headed and cross-eyed.
Well, you could be both of those too, but Zoe, even though CM Punk, I guess, is mended the fences of the WWE, I don't think he's ready to take Shawn Michaels' place as a promoter or trainer or what have you.
Hell no, he's not even able to take the place he has right now. What the hell kind of question is that?
Yeah, I read it and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, that's just not happening. And I know, Lance, you're a big HBK fan. Do you really see CM Punk as his predecessor?
Hang on, boss. My allergies are acting. Bullshit.
Pretty much.
Yeah, let's face it, the man in charge of the whole damn company is HBK's best friend. Yeah, and I'll believe that as soon as they induct Chris Benoit into the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah, no kidding. And now, Deonna Purrazzo is now officially a free agent. She was in TNA, but they parted ways. And now she's looking for different opportunities. And that's what she said. I'm just looking for different opportunities. I don't know if that means inside of wrestling. There was word before she went back to Impact, or TNAs now they call it, that she was going to do some kind of like being Playboy. So I have no idea what this could do. I mean, Joe, you've actually worked with Deonna Purrazzo in the past.
Yeah, you know what? To me, she seems like a nice person. Like I said, it wasn't a big contact. It was a short contact. But I'm just going to say it this way. Her best bet right now, she is a very attractive woman. Only fans, Deonna. The only fans, because you're going to make tons more money without killing yourself. Look at all the school teachers. They're doing it.
Especially the ones that were fired because they were having sex with students.
Hey, I wish I would have had that back in my day. I would have stayed in school longer.
I would have gotten extra credit.
Yeah.
Zoe, your thoughts on Deonna Purrazzo and what she could possibly be doing next?
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans, all right. This seems to be the surrounding.
Let me put it this way, Rick. We joke and we laugh about it. It's now become legalized porn, and if that makes any sense. The way you see it today, people will rather give up their jobs to do that and make more money on an easy schedule. And you're looking at actors, you're looking at teachers. I know for a fact there's a female cop who gave it up, and she was making a good high figures. She basically just gave it up because it's show off your boobs, shake your ass a bit, and hey, you got yourself a couple of thousand,
Yeah.
Me, I wouldn't be able to get on that. The only platform I'll be able to get on is old as Fox Club.
Yeah.
And he's making a good point. This has become a career for some people. I mean, hell, I could take my socks off right now, take some feet pics, and have like $1,000 in my bank within the hour.
Okay,
Now
where do I
remember, I'm
sign up?
managing you. Hold on. I'm managing her.
uh, James Kennedy also in the chat room. He talked about Chris Benoit real quick. He said Chris Benoit is God and is a best single worker. It takes bumps and everything else. And you know what? I'm going to say this right now. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Despite what he did, you know what he did in the ring. Chris Benoit is a legend. I loved his matches. You know, when he won the title in WWE, oh my God, I was like screaming. I was marking out like I was a 13-year-old kid. You know.
You know, if I can say something, Rick, because the topic is kind of almost the same thing with me when it comes to a situation like that. One of my mentors, let me just say that, one of my mentors was Rockin' Rebel. And if you don't know that name, look it up. He was in AEW, excuse me, not AEW. He was in ECW in the beginning and in the early stages. Chuck was a great person to me. He was one of my mentors. He helped train me. He taught me a lot in professional wrestling. And I'm just going to say it straight. When it comes to that, how he treated me got me far in the business with many other people. So what he did, he pulled a Chris Benoit. So, you know, depression was a horrible thing. He pretty much got put into it, and at least he did not kill his children, or him and his wife just, you know, he just killed her and committed suicide. So I'm not glorifying it. I want people to understand that. I'm not glorifying it. I'm just saying the individual that I knew was a great person. As a great worker, great person. What he did outside, the person who's Chuck Williams, it's a different story. Besides the Rockin' Rebel, so I can understand this Chris Benoit thing to a point. So I can separate it. Chris Benoit was a great worker. He was the dynamite kid of the British Bulldogs. So you're never going to see another one like that again. He had the build. He had he had everything.
You know, honestly, and some people may disagree with me, but I have to say that AJ Styles reminds me of a Chris Benoit, very much so.
In some ways, yeah.
You know, and then I just honestly I loved AJ when I first started watching TNA, and I saw Styles. Just the stuff that he would do, he would pull shit out of the thin air, and I'm like, wow. I'm like, now that, you know, instantly thought Chris Benoit, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, don't, yeah. And of course, those are the huge haters who can't see past, you know, I mean, obviously what he did was terrible. You know, I got 2 kids, I have an ex-wife, even though as much as her and I hate each other, never want to kill her, but you have to put that shit aside and to watch the guy as the person as a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lance, we're gonna give you final thoughts on Chris Benoit.
Well, again, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but because of what he did in those last couple of days of his life, if he goes in, it'll be a long damn time.
You know, I have to agree, because even Triple H said in one time during an interview, he said, no way would I put him in. So, and right now, Triple H and Nick Khan are working out. So, unless the TKO buys the company out completely and they restaff everybody, maybe. And that's
then again, we also said Phil would never be back in the company, and well, here we are.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, I think that's a different story. That's pure money. You know, put it like this: the statute of limitations. How long was it when Chris Benoit did the deed? Let's just put it that way.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
08?
Yeah, 2008.
Oh,
All right, so the statute of limitations is almost up on him. If he starts drawing money, and I'm looking at this as money. I'm not looking at it as a personal matter or, oh yeah, he's the greatest worker. If they can find a way to profit from him and Eddie Guerrero, it's a package deal, and the Radicals and all that, I guarantee they'll put him in the Hall of Fame. That, That's the kind of industry that we live in.
All right. And that's a fair point. We're going to get on to one last subject, and then we're going to call it a wraps for the night. Now, the Iron Claw red carpet, I guess MJF was there, and he caught a few picture shots with John Cena, Baron Corbin, and Liv Morgan, who were all there at the screening, and they all gave high praise to the movie that's supposed to be coming out. I read one article that it said it's going to be definitely the top 10 movies of the year. I don't know, Joe, if you've had a chance to see that, which is about, or read anything about the Iron Claw.
No, you know what? I watched Godzilla -1. I prefer that movie, and I love Godzilla movies. I've seen so many damn documentaries of the Von Erichs.
Well,
Nothing against them. I grew up and watched them. It's the same story over and it's like the Hart family. How many times are you going to see the Montreal screw job? You know, it's something like, okay, yeah, we all know Kevin Von Erich had a bunch of brothers. They all committed suicide, except for the youngest one, Jackie, who sadly, died of being electrocuted because he was a small toddler when it happened. They had a trailer home, and sadly that's what happened to him. But the scenario here is, honestly, me personally, I already know what the Von Erichs are. I grew up watching them. They were the greatest family in professional wrestling, bar none, next to the Harts, next to the Rougeaus, next to a lot of other famous families, the Funks. But you don't see the Funks getting stories constantly,
Yeah, fair enough. Zoe, your thoughts about Iron Claw and obviously MJF. I guess he was also a producer in it.
okay. Well, before I give my thoughts, Joe, I've got a couple of friends in here right now listening. And whenever we're done, if you have the time, if you could tell your story about being chased out of Tennessee.
Oh, no. Come on, Zoe.
I didn't say it this time. I'm just saying I didn't say it this damn time.
Okay, so
I'll make it short and sweet to everybody here listening in. I was a manager in professional wrestling back in the 90s. And let's just say I was trained by some great people, enjoyed it for all it's worth, got to travel for 1 week in Japan, got to travel to Hendersonville, Tennessee, and got to travel around. I will never forget Hendersonville, Tennessee.
All right. So, I think we're going to wrap up this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Rants. I want to thank...
Two minutes left. Let's eat these 2 minutes out.
Okay, all right.
Hey, Liv Morgan looked great without makeup on.
Yeah. She does actually look pretty hot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk real quick since we're on a topic. Drew McIntyre actually found a way to get people to avoid him signing signing autographs in the airport. We've heard horror stories about how fans just don't, wrestlers rush up to, fans rush up to wrestlers and they're like, no. So he said, you want me to sign you an autograph? You have to get me a picture. An 8x10 picture, and I'll sign it. So I guess that's a test to see how things are working on. Zoe, what do you think about that for a strategy?
Well, I mean, if you're a heel, that's a great strategy. That's perfect, actually. I don't know. Like, I've been a heel so long in my wrestling career. that I just recently, literally at the last TSW show back in November, I turned face. And normally I'm not asked for autographs. I had people asking me for autographs. I had little girls asking me if I was really a Viking. I mean, to me, I was like, yes, I will take a selfie with you. Yes, I will sign your shirt. You know what I mean? But then again, whenever you're someone like Drew McIntyre and you're hounded everywhere you go, even if you're going out for a bite with your family, I can understand why it would get aggravating.
Yeah, absolutely. Lance, your thoughts?
Well, hey, like I said, when they're outside the arena, that's one thing. But when they're trying to make their flight and get here, there, and everywhere, you know what? Good for Drew for finding a way to make people work for their damn autograph.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
like Bel Air. A fan chased her down and stopped her at a stoplight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, you would figure wrestlers would eventually just say, "Get the fuck away from me." And a lot of wrestlers, they even see a fan coming, they want to look the other way. They want nothing to do with the fans because they're constantly hounded. Joe, final thoughts.
You know what? In the era of still COVID, Drew McIntyre could be afraid of that too. And plus, you never know who somebody is nowadays. You know, it's kind of that scenario. You don't know if a person's going to walk up to you and stab you, or plant a bomb or try to kill you, or mace you. We live in scary times now. I'm sure, even though as big and powerful as he is, he knows those things can happen. So why would you want to lose a couple of days, weeks, months pay to be around a fan? Like, I've been around fans and I've been heels where people have cheered me, and I'm like, what? Don't you know I'm the bad guy here? But it's happened. People do come out and they do want to be get your autograph. So it happens, but again, this day and age, you cannot take those chances.
Yeah, and I also want to welcome Maxwell McMasters into the room, and he actually talked about the subject. He said that happens even in the indies. I have people coming up to me while I'm shopping or out and eating, and he just pulls a Brock Lesnar, So
what do you mean pull up Brock Lesnar? You take a picture of his daughter and show it off, and that was scary.
Well, I think what he's referring to is when Brock Lesnar was an incident a couple of years ago where like a 7-year-old girl just wanted to walk up and just get and he says, nope, sorry, not today, and just walked past him, just brushed her right on, which I kind of thought was kind of a shitty. I mean, who does that to a kid? But like teenagers or adults, I get that. Yeah. Get the fuck away from me. But
well, Maxwell just so happens to also be at KBW. He is also one of the trainers, and he is an asshole.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Max.
Well, that's one thing we love about HWR. We don't, hold nothing back. You forgot about that, Zoe. You come back and you brought. Say again, Joe.
I said Zoe. Well, I was gonna say Zoe was a heel. Now she's not. So, it's she has a right to say, yeah, he's an asshole.
Well, actually, as far as the Zoe Nightshade version of me, that version is dead. I am now the goddess of death. I am the mistress of darkness. I am Kayla Odinson. I'm from Valhalla. I'm here to paint the walls of Valhalla red with my enemy's blood.
Okay.
She's a baby face.
So it means now
I was gonna say
we got to send us a whole new logo now, hon, because we have your logo up here, and that's gonna be false advertising. Oh God. All right, well, we are going to wrap up this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Rants. I want to thank all of our new listeners for coming in. We are here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We kind of had a little bit of a snag because my streaming service, for some reason, program was fucking up. So I had to reinstall it, reset up everything. It was just a pain in the ass. So But
on top of that, I was late too because of work, so I didn't even.
you're always late, so I'm used to that, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely like, oh crap.
All right. So, okay, Zoe, we know that you're over at this new promotion again. What new shows you got coming up?
Okay, right now, KBW is currently working on the building that we will permanently be in. It is in Manchester. Honestly,
England?
great group of people. I couldn't ask for better people to be around. I couldn't ask for better veterans. I couldn't ask for better trainers. I'm also at Traditional Southern Wrestling as well. You know, Traditional Southern Wrestling travels. KBW, we're here to stay, just like Traditional Southern Wrestling is. And I'm so honored to be part of both promotions. Both promotions have amazing people in them, and they truly love this sport.
Awesome.
I think he just said he'll remember that during training, Zoe.
Lance, you're over at Lance Moss TV. I know you have your coffee and friends, but what other stuff you got going on?
Well, right now I'm just taking a break for the rest of the year from it, but I have a Redneck Gourmet video series and a lot of guitar build series over there.
All right. And Joe, you're over at Southern Realms. Tell everybody about it.
Well, I'm gonna be I put Scoldrens Realms on the side right now. I am running my World Wrestling Organization Online, WWO Online. This part, my regular shows will be back in May. We start up the year to do regular wrestling shows. Then on the side, I'm doing WWO Online, which is an online gaming fed where I take wrestlers, streamers. We all get together. We do a big show using the WWE 2K23 format, but everybody does promos, skits. It adds a little realism to the game. So you'll see that this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Do the hashtag WWO Live on Twitch. We're going to have a lot of fun. We have our champions on. We got championships on the line. We have a lot of stuff that's been planned. You folks can come down and check it out again. It's WWO Live over on Twitch this Saturday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard.
And again, for those of you who are listening, if you want more of HWR, please feel free to scroll down. We have a lot of our archives. We've actually done interviews in the past. I do some shoot videos that I've actually downloaded and for convenience. And I also do a lot of personal videos, which is not wrestling related, but that's just pretty much what I do. But if you like news and rumors, head over to our Facebook page, Wrestling Rants, where you can be a part of HWR. If you got a piece of news or just an opinion you want to talk about, feel free to slap it up there. Just as long as it's not some fucking porn, which we've been having a bit of a problem with lately.
Yeah.
Daggone, my videos got out again, didn't they?
Yeah.
What? Hey, it's not my fault. We keep allowing all those Asians into the damn.
Oh,
keep
Jesus
pushing
Christ.
Misa lucky we like it pouring. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hang on 1 second. I forgot to do something.
See?
If you had a complaint, we have a complaint department. It's Joe at ScoldrensRealm.com.
Which I basically don't give a damn about. But you'll know, for all you listeners, I am the antagonist. I don't give a damn. It's nothing personal. I just love having a good time. I come from that era where I don't give a shit about woke, liberal bullshit. No, I say my piece. So that if you get offended, don't listen to the stream then.
Fair enough. All right. So, for the Hardcore Crew, I am your hardcore host, Rick Head, saying we'll see you when we see you. Have a good night.
For the shirt.
By the way, they had a picture of Charlotte Flair. She looked like she had Captain Winky.
That's what you've been saying for years, Joe.
No, she actually has it. She has an enormous bush. No, let's not turn off the show yet. We got Charlotte Flair with a bush. If you look at the picture, no wonder Andrade don't want to piss her off.
Hold on. Are you referring to that one?
Hold on, I can't
What
see
picture
it.
are you talking about? I'm like,
There was a picture of Charlotte Flair. Where is it? Where is it? Not that one. There was another one. Her in a bikini, but yeah, she was in a bikini and they have her out. I'll post it up I'll post it up, people, in the HWR chat room so everybody could see it. But my God, she has such a bulge in there. I'm jealous.
good night, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Or however